Hi, so in this video, I'm going to show you how I use Mica and my key workflow. So I'm in right now, present and focus page. So this is what you log on every day. You will see this page. My focus page is broken down into four categories. Focus is where all the things I would like to get on today. I also have in progress, which is a bigger projects that um, initiatives or projects that span multiple days and potentially weeks that I keep track here. Rituals are good habits I would like to form, and recurring are some of the meetings that just happen. They recur like rituals, but they're not necessarily habits. So um, I also have in my plan page everything that's areas of my life that I actually want to pay attention to. Again, everything here is hierarchical. So if you go into, for example, professor, you can see that I have a research proposal, networking, teaching, service. Those are the biggest components being in a professor. You could also go into proposal and see that here for your proposals that I'm tracking with due dates. Um, Similar, for example, for my family, you get to see that my parents are in China, Z and Sky are my kids. So I figure out, some of the things I want to do with my kids and the rituals I would actually like to establish with my kids. And this is, you could create however many hierarchies you want with this. So whatever you would like to do in plan, I add it to my focus. So every day, and I wake up in the morning, I will actually go through my focus list. Because if you don't finish yesterday's focus list, it carries over to today. So you need to make a decision. Hey, do I do this or do I snooze it to some other day, or um, do I actually abandon them? For example, if I don't want to do this task, I could say abandon, which means that I don't want to do it anymore. Although um, I could also undo this, but abandon is different from delete. So it's not delete. It's you'll make a note that you intentionally not decide not to do this. Okay, so I'm gonna actually put this back, and um, this is actually on the right. And this is actually basically what I've done today so far. So every day in the morning, I try to make sure my focus list is reasonably long. So sometimes I actually get a little bit more ambitious. I think it's nice to actually have 3 to 4 things that you want to focus during the day. But sometimes I'm overly ambitious, like today, that I might not really be able to get over the entire thing. Uh, but it's going to carry over to tomorrow. Um, or I try to figure out, let's say I don't think I could get it done today, so I'm going to schedule it to tomorrow. So that will appear in tomorrow's focus list. Um, I also go back to the plan, and sometimes I actually do um, expand the plan to see that if there's anything else I would like to add to today. Did I miss anything for Micah, for example, today? Another way to do this is you could do something like what I like to call drill. So, for example, if I want to spend a lot of time on Micah today, I could go to Micah. So I click this button, it will go to the drill view, which I like to figure out, look, what I really need to do today for this particular bigger project. I make note typically in the drill view on the weekly things I want to do. Um, if I say, okay, maybe I want to do this today, I could say I missed this. I'm going to add this to the focus list. I will think about website improvement, and I'm going to think about that to snooze it until, let's say, September or August. So you could do something like this and basically work when I'm working and decide what's on a focus list. I also go through my focus list to see that if they're actually matching my calendar. I want to spend the morning doing proposals, spend the morning doing MICA, and the rest of stuff doing a bunch of other errands or managing my personal finances in the evening. So I sort it based on time of the day I would like to spend them on, and I want to make sure that ballpark wise this is probably 3 hours work, this is probably 3 hours work. So I basically try to allocate my time. Rituals is actually something that I really like a lot. I also sort it by how during the time of the day I would like to do those. So I've already finished the outside wrong and morning light exposure in the morning. I review daily meetings the first thing I get up. So those three rituals I've already done. I do email inbox zero. I have a strength training today. I'm doing fasting today. uh, I am doing the swim 10 days challenging, so challenge, which is like, at 4 p.m. I'm going to run to swim. So those are my health related rituals, like you can see on my rituals. And then later in the evening, I want to spend quality time with my kids. I want to make sure they brush their teeth. I do journaling at night. So those are things I want to do. They're not very time consuming necessarily, sometimes 15 minutes, sometimes 10 minutes, but those are the good habits I would like to form. And I would like to, have a reminder to track, to remind me and to track how I'm doing there. Um, so every week, I will also go to the future to actually figure out my goals. So I listed 4 goals for this week. You can also click here to see your past goals. Sometimes every week, first thing Monday morning, typically for me, I will go to the past week and I will actually edit to see that if I did actually finish um, the goals I set out to do. I will also then lay out the new goals for this week. And once in a while, sometimes when I'm super overwhelmed, when I'm looking at this focus list and I'm like, oh my God, this is so many things to do, I go back to the future and say, okay, what are the 3 things I really laid out to do this week? Do they make sense? Do they still make sense? Am I still making progress towards that? If so, like, what are the other things on my focus list I could basically, postpone to later on, or just abandon them straight out, right? So you could also do this for this week, this month, and this year, and so on. And you can also make notes, you can make sub goals, and so on. So if I go to one more thing I really like is past. So this is where you could actually see your performance. If you're actually into sort of dashboarding data, you could get to see whether you're on track for productivities. You could get to see which area you spend most or you finish most of the tasks. So if you do a lot of things for your work but not much for your family or yourself, then you could actually be like, oh, this is probably not what I really want it to be. So you could adjust it accordingly. Another feature is myca wall. So you basically edit this wall during certifying day process. And I like to go there just make sure that I actually record the highlight of my day. Sometimes I do journals. So for example, I was very proud that I, enrolled my kid for this aftercare program. So those are things that make me happy. And I did some work, and those make me happy. And so this is really helpful for me, for example, to um, uh, sometimes you're thinking, oh, what did I do last July? What did I do June? What did I do in the last quarter? And what are the highlights of my life? It's very difficult to, you know, have those on the spot. And I think those are the things that I could actually get from this. Anyway.